Hey y'all, my name is Heather and this is my one bedroom apartment in New York City. Come on in. Well, thanks so much for coming. I'm really excited to show you around. Just a little background on me. I lived in Austin, Texas for the last 10 years and just made it out to New York City. This is my first ever apartment right on Manhattan. So the first place that we're gonna start off with is the entrance area, the entryway to the apartment. The first thing that we set up is this circular mirror. It's just a really great spot so that you can just check yourself, make sure that there's nothing in your teeth or your hair is out of place right before you leave the house. Right next to it, we have our essential coat rack. As you can tell, we have a little bit of pipe detailing throughout the apartment. That's this bright red color. So when we thought about a coat rack, we tried to get something that could kind of match this industrial but bright colored look. And Lord knows we're definitely gonna need all these coats in the wintertime. As of right now, hats have definitely been my go-to when it comes to stepping out of the house in New York, but luckily the weather has been amazing, so haven't really need too much of a heavy coat, but I know that'll be changing very soon. Next up, we have this closet right behind the coat rack, which actually we typically leave a little bit open, slightly ajar, because this is what we have inside. I'm sure this is a surprise to absolutely no one, but this is the only closet in the apartment. We're basically using this for the majority of our storage right now. So on the top area, we kind of just have miscellaneous objects that we don't want to be in sight necessarily. And down below, my cat is going to the bathroom right now. And down below, we have our litter robot. This thing has absolutely changed my life. If you guys have a cat, especially two, you gotta have an automatic litter robot. It helps so much. And rather than putting it in the bathroom, which is actually very tightly spaced, we actually have it right here on the side, which also helps keep the smell away from the rest of the house. And then here on that side, we just have a lot of like cleaning materials, Swiffer, Dyson, things like that. And that's it for our entryway. Now let's make our way down to the bedroom. Now, the first interesting thing about this bedroom is that there's no door, but it is luckily enough super far away from the living room to where it's really not too much of an issue. And honestly, if you have cats, you know what I mean. Cats do not like closed doors. So honestly, not too bad for the living arrangement because my cats don't like the door closed anyway. Now, one very interesting thing about this room is the layout itself. It was nice when we came in and could see what the previous tenants did with this space and see what the layout was like. But we went with something a little bit different by putting the bed up against the wall. This turned out to be the most efficient use of space while still allowing me to keep my desktop set up and kind of a little office nook area. So first I'll start with this little side nightstand. Right now on my nightstand, I have a couple of books that I'm reading. And I also have my journal because I like to make sure that I write down affirmations first thing in the morning. This little cup that my friend got me, it's a Dia de los Muertos cup that I have my different pens in for journaling. I love felt tip pens when it comes to journaling, as opposed to just, you know, a basic standard black pen. It's nice being able to reach for a different color depending on what mood I'm in. I also have this sunshine lamp, which is super cool. You can set it to the time that you want to wake up and it'll act as a slow sunrise to kind of replicate the feeling of a sunrise in the morning if you're in a room that doesn't have that great lighting. So this is my desk slash little office space setup. If you saw my moving to New York video, I went through the entire process of setting up my desk, talked about all of the equipment that I have. But to give you the rundown, this is essentially an entirely new PC setup. I used to be a Mac user for the past 3-4 years, and I loved the simplicity of just one simple screen with a nice little light keyboard and mouse. But I decided that after a couple years, I do miss gaming and my PC setup and decided to make the switch over. So I just got this one as I moved in and I am loving it so far. One thing I really love about this space now that I've kind of got everything set up is the ambient lighting, which truly makes a difference. I got this overhead Edison light bulb from IKEA, and we have a couple of these sprinkled throughout, which I think also really separates the space on its own. And then I also have a ton of books. And the last piece to this bedroom is just my bed. Nothing too really exciting. I love this white duvet. If you want to feel like you're at a nice, luxurious hotel every night, get a duvet. it really truly makes a difference. I think I have a light bedding underneath that, a furry blanket on the side for when it gets cold, and these pillows are actually from Revival, New York. It's the only pillow I use to sleep. The first time I ever came and stayed at a hotel in New York City, I had one of the best sleeps of my life, and I was like, what type of pillow is this? I absolutely need it. And it was Revival New York. So when I finally moved here, I was like, I'm getting the Revival pillows, and they're a good investment. A good pillow, a good duvet. It makes for the most comfiest sleep. Now let's make our way to the hallway. All right, this is where we put our shoe rack. I believe we also got this from Amazon too. So this is all of our shoes in one place. This is very temporary. I just had an extra mirror from my old place, and luckily it covers up this, I don't know, it's like a power unit, cord cable unit. So it's really nice in covering that up. I also have this pull-out thing on wheels. It's intentionally supposed to be for a computer so that you can have it underneath your desk, but now I use it for slippers so that people can take off their shoes and grab a pair of slippers whenever they visit. So that's for you to know if ever you come over. Okay, super intimate. We are now in the bathroom. Now, I'm not sure how big this bathroom area is, or mind you, how many square foot this apartment is. I asked the realtors, the landlord, like 2 or 3 times in an email with many questions, and that one was just never answered. So I really don't know how big it is. That is a very good pop quiz. Please comment down below how many square footage you think my apartment is, because I have absolutely zero idea. Anyways, we're in the bathroom. All we have is this hanging rack for towels, and that's also where we include our hamper. Yeah, in the bathroom, we actually kept it super minimalistic. I thought we would need more storage, but luckily in this small space, there actually is plenty of storage. One is this mirror right above the sink. This is where I keep all my skincare, a few nail products, lotions, and things like that. And then right down below, we have this pull-out area where I kind of put all my hair equipment, just a little bit of other cleaning face products. So the only piece of decor I really have in the bathroom is the shower curtain. I originally got it from Amazon, believing that it was a really cool piece of abstract art. And it turns out it's a bunch of naked ladies, which if you look really hard, you can kind of see it. Actually, you probably don't need to look too hard to notice that it's a bunch of naked ladies. And then inside we just have a hanging rack with a few of our shower essentials. I've got a sugar body scrub, some native products, Head and Shoulders, and that's it. On top of the toilet, all we have is some nice poopery, which, I mean, that's essential. And I have the Google Home, which is really neat because it's connected to a lot of the different lights in the apartment for changing the color and the vibe. And also whenever showering, it's just really nice to have some music. And that's the reason why I love having one in the bathroom. Making our way down the hallway here, we have this armoire or wardrobe that I put together. Since that is the only closet space, the one in the entrance, this is where we put a majority of our clothes in, as well as some folded clothes. Now, something super secret about this place is there's actually an in-unit washer dryer, and that's what it is. 1 unit for a washer and dryer. Not gonna lie, it has butchered almost every single piece of clothing that we've put into it because for some reason it only washes at scalding temperatures and takes over 2.5 hours. So I'm still trying to get the hang of using this. I've tried speed wash and I think it works better. But if you guys have any tips for this machine specifically, that I think like probably 70 to 80% of the apartments that we looked at that had a washer dryer had this specific unit. So it definitely has kinks to it that I'm still trying to get used to. But I am happy that there is one in unit. No, actually Exhibit A. This is how all of our clothing has come out. Either extremely wrinkly or extremely small. Now I'm gonna take you down this long hallway to get to the living room. Next, we make our way out to the kitchen. I was very surprised when we found this apartment based on the spaciousness of the kitchen. It is kind of open into the living room, but it still feels kind of secluded because it's in this little corner together. It has very modern stainless steel appliances, which is really nice. I'd visited a few apartments that had a lot of darker finishes, but luckily this one was newly furnished. It has these marble countertops, and there's plenty of space for chopping and cooking. There's also a dishwasher, which I am very, very grateful for. This is actually more of a smaller, maybe almost half size of a regular dishwasher, but I've actually found that it helps motivate me to do the dishes more frequently. Up here I have some artwork that my sister made for me. an egg. I think it looks beautiful in the kitchen. And aside from that, I also have the air fryer in the corner. Highly, highly recommend. I use that for basically everything. Next, we'll make our way over here. We got this retro microwave. I talked about it in my apartment setup video, sponsored by Jacob's grandmother. Thank you very much. This is Coach Greg's anabolic cookbook. He's always yelling, "Buy my freaking cookbook!" And so we bought the freaking cookbook. It's got some really great high protein recipes. And this is just a little storage unit that I put together all by myself. Very cute, add a little bit extra counter space. Next, we've made our way over to the dining area. We got these yellow chairs from Home Depot, I believe. It's actually really funny. Before I moved into this apartment, this person from Fiverr put together like a 3D design for me just because I wanted a little bit of inspiration of what to do with the space. I didn't end up going 100% with all the designs that she recommended, but I'll just go ahead and show you here because it was pretty fun. It's cool to see how she put the space together. And one of the things that she did recommend was these chairs specifically that she used in her design. And those are the chairs that we ended up getting here. This table we got from Facebook Marketplace, and we just have a few other plants scattered throughout. Then of course we've got these windows and another Edison light bulb. Next, we've got this green sofa that we got from Wayfair. I wanted a couch with a color that kind of popped a little bit, and I would still love to get a nice rug to kind of go in between here. As of right now, our couch looks really silly because we have this. You see that? We have plastic on the couch. We got them from Amazon. So I've only ever done Facebook Marketplace used couches before, and I have found some great finds on Facebook Marketplace. Like Facebook Marketplace in New York is top tier superior. Everyone is moving in and out all the time. So when I came in July, there was so much stuff. That's actually how we got our Dyson. We got the most recent Dyson from a couple that had ordered one. It didn't arrive in time, so they reported it like lost. Got a second Dyson and they sold that to us at half the price. So I've had phenomenal experience with Facebook Marketplace so far in New York. But what I was going to say about this couch is we did not want to invest in a completely new couch unless we could confirm that our cats would not scratch it up. So what we did for this first like month and a half has been to place these plastics on the couch, as well as add more scratch posts. That's the one, we have an L one right by the couch. And I will say, with these two methods in tandem, we have successfully stopped the cats from scratching up the couch. They have not scratched it at all. So if you're looking for something to deter your cats, highly recommend that. And then I just briefly wanted to talk about my TV area. I love my TV, and this TV stand is also from IKEA, and I love the combo together. Even though it is very, very simplistic, my goal with this wall here is to put up a ton of artwork and kind of frame the TV. So I would love to have a collage of different artworks on the wall there. Also going along with the Fiverr design work that I got was she recommended a huge mirror that kind of goes along this wall here, which I loved in the design, especially because it's right in front of the windows. So during the day, there's a lot of light that comes through and reflects off here, which makes the space feel so much bigger. So I bought this, I think it's a 70-inch mirror, something like that. I got this one from Amazon. I think it really does help make the space feel so much bigger. And we have that next to our cat post. This is from Catit, C-A-T-I-T, and the cats absolutely love it. Over here we have the music corner, which I went on a little bit of a tangent on because in my apartment setup video I talked about how I'm trying to get piano lessons. That is still on the agenda. You guys gave me so many good suggestions, but this is my piano corner. Jacob has 2 bass guitars and a Fender amp. And then on top we have our neon Juicy Things sign. And in this corner, we have these huge, honestly, I don't know how tall the curtains are. I want to say they're like 70 some, maybe even 80 some inches. They go so freaking high to the ceiling. We've loved them. These are actually blackout curtains. Again, we got them from Amazon. So whenever there's any bright lights outside, we can always just close everything up and feel super secure and safe. And over here we have Jacob's desktop gaming setup, which is super nice because it is actually spacious enough to where we can have our computer setups completely separate rooms. That way there's no echo if you know, when it comes to gaming, you can definitely pick up each other's mic if you're in the same room or in the same vicinity. So that was definitely a priority when it came to picking a space. We do also have this adorable little patio area. We can put our bikes out here as well, but I'm gonna put this on a pause for now because I do want to do a full transformation of this patio area, so I'll come back to that. So that's it for the apartment tour. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.